I'm joined by Dale Tapping, our midfield coach. Dale, that marked out the end of the season, our loss against West Coast on the weekend. How do you think the boys went in their final game of the year?
I think they competed like they have all year, really. West Coast a little bit too strong in the end, and a little bit symbolic of sort of how we've played. Just little key moments in the game. I think the second quarter there, where they got away from us a little bit, particularly around the ball. Like they sort of won the clearances at quarter 13-7, which gave them first opportunity inside their front half, and they converted off that. So after half time, we sort of cleaned that up, but we just got to maintain our concentration, particularly against the better teams. And they had a fair bit to play for on the weekend, and they were just a little bit too good for us over the 100 minutes.
Were the coaching staff happy with the way the Lions did fight back in that second half and sort of get themselves back in the game?
Yeah, absolutely. And there was even a period there, early in the last quarter there, we were sort of coming pretty strongly. We got within sort of 2.5 kicks. So, we fought it out really well. And that's been a real strong character trait of the group this year. We've just continued to fight games out, and regardless of our situation. So, we just want to be able to put ourselves in a better position where we can control the game from our end instead of chasing. And that's sort of growth for us. But we've come a long way this year, but we've still got a fair bit of work to do.
West Coast in the week had promised they were going to throw the kitchen sink at us. Do you think that we matched them in physicality throughout the afternoon?
Oh, look, no doubt. I think the contested ball stuff was pretty even. I think it was about -6 or 7 at the end of the game, and the third quarter there, I think we were about +12. I think around contested footy, so that was after half time. So, I thought, I don't think we've taken a backward step this year in terms of our commitment at the contest. I think the growth for us is just to do that for the duration of the game, and we're relatively still a pretty young group, so that's growth for us to just keep doing that. When we commit strongly at the contest and our contested balls up, we generate really good opportunity for us and our ability to score. We just got to do it consistently.
You mentioned our young group stepping up this year. I'm thinking of Hugh McCluggage. He put on 6 kilos in the pre-season, and this year really matched it with some more experienced men in that midfield.
Yeah, no doubt. His inside game has really come on this year. He's pretty much doubled his contested ball rate this year and his clearance rate. So his tackle count's doubled on last year. So his game went from strength to strength. Really good pre-season. So it's a real good platform for our young players to come back ready to go. And his pre-Christmas stuff last year was really strong with his running and his strength, and it set himself up for a really good 18. So he should be really proud of his effort. So look forward to. And there's still a lot of scope for him to keep improving.
And just another one to mention is Zach Bailey. He started off the year making his debut in round 4, played a bit of footy, then went back to knee full. But in the last 2 games that he's come back, we've really seen something quite special. Yeah,
look, no doubt. I think everyone saw that pre-season last year, his agility and his lateral movement, his ability to go from congestion to into spaces. He's got some elite traits, and I think it's a really good platform for any young player. He come in early, got his opportunity, went back to NEFL and continued to build his game and his craft, and then he come back in and he's finished the season in the AFL, and on the weekend he clearly had his best performance to this point, and I think with continued growth and continued maturity, I think he can be a very, very good player.
And of course, we can't not mention the 2 Danes, Dane Beams and Dane Zorko, integral part of our midfield. How would you describe their season?
I think they both contributed really strongly, from various levels. I think, firstly, Beams, I think his second half of the season, particularly, if you go just on pure numbers, they're elite in competition. So he got back to playing somewhere near his best football, and his body's in really good nick. So he finished the season really strongly, and Zork sort of thrust into the leadership role in the early part of the season and took on that responsibility. And I think it took his game to another level, not to the point where he probably had a more brilliant 2-17, but I think this year internally what he's done with his leadership and just in games where the opposition have made him a key focus, I think he's been able to step into other roles to help other mids out. I think that's great leadership from him, and I think it's good growth for us as a footy team.
Sounds great. Well, thanks so much, Dale, and all the best in your off-season. We can't wait for 2019.
Look forward to it.